Are you ready, ready?
Welcome to the Boom Room. I'm here. I ain't had my medicine, whatever, man. Without further ado, let's get to the highlights. We'll start with the only game that didn't have any playoff implications. The higher power looking to continue his hot streak against Negro, and he did just that. Higher power looking like a serious contender. Now on to Machiavellians versus Lincoln Legends. With the win, Machiavellians would clinch the division title. With a loss, he could miss the playoffs altogether. Led by Josh Allen and Darren Wilder, Machiavellians took care of business. I guess there's only one good thing. Legends won't be hoisting no trophy this year either. With the win, Machiavellians clinch the division title. Good shit, man. Now on to Arizona Rhyme versus Bird Inc. In the game Arizona Rhyme had to have if he wanted to make the playoffs. His team was led by the two Aarons. Solid win. This was a week that Bird Inc. really missed the Tampa Bay players. Nice win, Rhyme. And we'll see what happens to see if that win was enough to clinch a playoff spot. Now on to G5 versus El Cajinos. Surprisingly, G5 still was mathematically alive for the last playoff spot. He needed a win and a lot of help. He got the win. El Cajinos loses his last two games when he just needed one win to clinch the number one seed. Now he has to sit around and wait and see if Whooping That Ass loses and he can backdoor the number one seed. Now on to a crucial game in the last week of the season. Whooping That Ass versus Jabronis, and what turned out to be the game of the day. Whooping That Ass jumped out to a huge lead, led by Taysom Hill, his Minnesota Vikings receivers, and of course Travis Kelce. Jabronis made a furious rally, led by Lamar Jackson. We had a Lamar Jackson sighting. However, it just wasn't enough. Listen, man, I know about scoring the second most points in a week and losing. Whooping That Ass out of nowhere claims the number one seed in the bye. Man, where did that come from? Congratulations, Whooping That Ass. And with that loss, Jabronis is officially eliminated from playoff contention. Now we go to the game of the week. Missed second, man. God damn. TNT versus the North in a rematch of last year's championship game. It wasn't that exciting of a game. A second. All right, I'm back. I'm good. It wasn't that exciting of a game. The North got revenge for the championship game last year, led by Cole Beasley. Cole fucking Beasley, man. This nigga dropped 30 on me. I shit went out, man. God damn. Cole Beasley dropping 30. Nah, congratulations, man. Go get it, man. I'm sick of it. I still can't believe TNT with one of the most dramatic free falls in the history of the Beat It Fantasy Football League. I can't even come up with a comparison because when you think of historical failures, it's like always in the playoffs or something. You can't even think of a regular season team that did this shit. The league, I mean, we all stunned. Congratulations to the North. beating TNT, ending TNT season, sending the North to the playoffs, and with the North win, that punched the ticket for Arizona Ryan and Bread Inc. And the last two champions, myself and Jabronis, going home. Who would have thought this shit 2-3 weeks ago? Listen, when I do this show, I don't really talk about TNT too much in it because, you know, I'm always on it. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to look at the camera and say this shit. I know you niggas is happy, and you better enjoy it. But this ain't, I ain't talking to none of y'all owners. I'm directing this to the fantasy football gods. Fuck you. Yeah, I mean, what you took me through this year, that shit wasn't right. I don't believe in no guys no more. I ain't playing against 11 people next year. I'm playing against the fantasy football guys. And every week, I'm going to tell you to kiss my ass. I learned something this year. I learned something. I had to go through this. I had to go through it. And I'm going to be better for it. We ain't running. We right here. Talk your shit. I own this. 7-2. Lost 5 in a row. It's the worst thing that could have happened. Laugh now, you know. So I'm just going to be over here, you know, eat my humble pie. You know, had that pill that's tough to swallow. Make shot of that good vodka. Because right now, you know, I wanted to get you a companion. And I promise I will. I promise. I'm so pissed off. I'm making a vow right now as I take this shot. If I don't make the playoffs next year and win at least one game, I'm going to pay $50 of somebody transactions next year. Mark it down. It's the worst thing that could have ever happened. All right, man, cut. Welcome back to the Boom Room. You know what? Let's give out some awards. Some of you guys have had tremendous seasons, and I want to acknowledge some of the great things some of the owners did. Let's start. The first award is the Trade of the Year. Coming in third, honorable mention is DeAndre Hopkins for Joe Mixon. Second was Terry McLaurin and Mark Andrews for James Robinson. But the Trade of the Year goes to whipping that ass. Traded Miles Sanders and Robbie Anderson for Antonio Gibson and Robert Woods. Congratulations, whipping that ass. Now to an award I like to call Best Value Pick. Meaning if we go back and look at the draft board, this player would get drafted much higher than the original draft. With a shout out to TNT for drafting Gibson in the 11th round. Shout out to Machiavellians for drafting Josh Allen in the 8th round. That's the runner up. But I guess nobody can doubt the number one value pick was Justin Jefferson of the Minnesota Vikings going in the 11th round. Nice pickup, Bird Inc. Down on 2. The best waiver wire pickup. With a shout out to Travis Fulgham, who finishes 4th on this list. Shout out to TJ Hawkinson, who finishes 2nd on this list. I'm sorry, 3rd on this list. Heck of a pickup, Kajinos. I gave you a lot of grief for that, but I'll tell you right now, on tape, that was a great pickup. Second best pickup on the waiver wire, one Justin Herbert, quarterback for the Chargers. And looked like it saved the Jabroni season. But there's no denying, there was only one true waiver wire pickup that could possibly win you your fantasy football league. And that's one James Robinson from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hell of a pickup, legends. Now on to the award you've all been waiting for. Fantasy MVP. 4 candidates. Let's line them up. First, the undrafted sensation, James Robinson. Second, the tight end, who's probably a top 5 wide receiver by the numbers, Travis Kelce. Third, the dynamic wide receiver from the Green Bay Packers, Davante Adams. And fourth, quarterback, Josh Allen. All 4 candidates have a legit claim to this award, but there can only be one. And having said that, the Fantasy's MVP is one, Davante Adams. Congratulations, Higher Power, for having the Fantasy Football's MVP. Man, it's here. It's playoff time. I want to take this time to congratulate all 7 teams that made the playoffs. This is what it's about. And like I said last week, I hope it means a little bit more in this league. I mean, I'm not even in it. No, I did that already. It means so much in this league, man. Congratulations to all 7 teams. Having said that, I'm going to give my unbiased prediction for this playoff season. I think we can all agree whipping that ass and a Higher Power are on a collision course. The question is, can any of the 5 teams upset the apple cart? And I think it's several teams that can upset the apple cart. There's a lot of parity in this league. And I think 5 of the 7 teams definitely can win 3 games in a row. And of course, whipping that ass only needs to win 2. Having said that, here's my prediction for the playoffs. I'm going to give you a game-by-game prediction. El Cajinos versus the North, in which should be an entertaining, fascinating game. But if Christian McCaffrey can't go or isn't up to 100%, I can't see Cajinos getting this one, man. It's a tough break with McCaffrey. I'm predicting the North to prevail. On to Bread Inc. versus Machiavellians, and another great matchup. This is an excellent matchup, but I'm calling for Machiavellians to win this game by between 4 and 7 points. This is going to be a great one. Now on to the last game, the night game. Arizona Ryan versus the Higher Power. This is their 3rd matchup. This is also going to be another great game. Great matchups for both teams. I got the Higher Power squeaking this one out, advancing to the semifinals. As we turn the page to the semifinals, the early game will be Machiavellians versus the Higher Power. Good matchup. Machiavellians just doesn't have the horses. The Higher Power goes to the championship. On the other side of the bracket, whooping that ass versus the North, in a game that is so close when you look at the projections. Everybody think it's going to be the Higher Power versus whipping that ass. No, the North pulls off the upset. The North goes to the championship for a 2nd consecutive season. It'll be the North versus the Higher Power. And what's going to be a great game on paper, but the Higher Power will secure another championship. The Higher Power brings it home and an epic victory over the North, who loses 2 consecutive championships. Yo, this is going to be great. Can't wait. Like I said, good luck to all 7 teams. I hope no injuries. I wish no injuries upon you. I got the trophy out. I can't wait to see who the guest's going to be next year in that chair. Last thing, man, I want to thank everybody who helped put this show together. I want to thank the best commissioner in the world. Shout out to Negro, man. I want to take this time to say, listen, man, you've been out of it for a while. You played with integrity. You set your lineup every week. You tried your best to win. I respect that. The league noticed that, man. Good shit. Listen, It was a blast. I'm sorry I couldn't be here as much, COVID and these shutdowns. But I promise, if we get back in sync next year, I'm going to make the Boom Room even better than ever. I can't wait to see the champ, and I can't wait to see you next year in the Boom Room. Still can't fucking believe I ain't in the playoffs this year. Like, dang.